How's it going, everybody? How y'all doing today? Yes, sir. I'm really liking this intro. I'm really liking this new one. You know, the clap has always been a subsidiary of the channel, like ever since when I was like 12. But this is quick. I like it. So today I'm here to give y'all a banger that I found on my recommended, and it's by the GOAT Law by Mike, saying I spent 24 hours with real criminals.
Behind me are 5 former criminals, ranging from a credit card thief to a criminal on the FBI's most wanted list. I'm spending the next 24 hours with them. I want to point out
that of these 5 individuals that we see here, not a single one of them is black. Let's go. We moving up in the world. Take that CIA. Take that Ronald Reagan. Woo!
Their methods so that you know exactly what to look out for. To begin, I'm meeting a professional pickpocket who spent years perfecting his craft. Hold
on. One more thing. Did he just say he's going to spend time with these guys to tell us what not to do? Wouldn't that also tell us exactly what to do?
His name is James R. Hustle, and he used to make a living by stealing from people in plain sight. Today, he's going to show us exactly how pickpockets choose their targets.
I could never do that, bro. I could never do that.
James, you spent years pickpocketing in cities.
Actually, I could, bro. I'm a small fella.
Easy target.
People not paying attention. People distracted, looking on the phone a lot. Like that guy over there at the free taco sample. He's over there having a conversation with the taco lady. You know, I could easily probably get him.
So how do you get close without raising suspicion?
Look at his
that's
tattoo.
The hard part. You know, most people don't
there's
expect
2 parts on his head?
personal space unless it's an aggressive manner. You know, pickpocketing, it's a subtle art form. It's not aggressive. It's not in your face. You don't see it.
This guy just called pickpocketing an art form, bro. Oh my gosh. At this point, war is an art form. Like,
coming, you know, it could be a tap, could be a brush. You know, somebody could walk by you. Oh, excuse me, sir.
Hey, wait, that's my phone, man.
In real life situations, it would have been a lot quicker than that. Now watch this.
All right, so he went into the store.
He said he's gonna show and tell
without
Mike saying to do that.
He's standing next to this guy.
We could throw him in prison right now.
Oh. He just reached in with his hand behind his back. He just took the phone. He just took the phone. He just got it.
I'm gonna go give it back to him.
Yeah, give it back to him. Oh.
Pay attention.
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. That is so on you, bro. Dude, brown shirt, brown pants guy. Oh my gosh. Who the hell is putting their phone in their back pocket? This is a computer. This is a computer that looks like a rectangle. You're putting that in the back of your pocket. It has everything on there. What are you doing? Like, he's just not locked in, if I'm being honest. Nah. James, I need to see you steal it from like the front. I didn't see you steal it from like the hand, bro. I need to see you have a conversation with them, and then like mid combo, it's just gone. That's what I want to see, bro. You telling me that's magic? That's not the art form? Is he gonna try it again?
Spot I scoped out earlier was the skate park over here. Because if you look, everyone's close together, they're not spaced out, and they're preoccupied watching the skaters.
I see, so they're all distracted because they're looking a single way.
You know, you bump into someone over here on the boardwalk, it's gonna be like, why is he bumping into me with all this space? We look for moms with kids, maybe, you know, purses, not paying attention, they're checking on the kids.
All right, let's go see what you got. He's over at the skate park right now.
Let's go see what you got. Mike, you're a lawyer!
But I think he's got a target over here. Looks like he's walking up to someone right now. He's right behind someone who's holding a kid.
Hey, excuse me,
ma'am. Oh, she's so robbed. She's so robbed.
I was looking for this smoke shop right here, but I couldn't figure out where it was. I was looking everywhere, but the GPS wasn't working.
He's asking her for directions, maybe. So I think I just saw him take it. I saw him. Oh, he just took it. He took it.
Oh.
She's literally still helping him with directions.
Oh.
She has no idea. No way. Oh my gosh.
It's a nice one. It's got a little crack on it.
That's crazy.
James is
him.
him.
You gotta give that back.
Oh yeah, I'll go give it back. Hey, excuse me. Did you drop this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Have a good day.
Did you drop this?
Everyone gave their consent to be part of this demonstration. They were told it was a social experiment, but they had no idea what would happen or when it would happen. Now, you aren't always a pickpocket. So how did you end up like this?
This that Mike covering his tracks, bro. He's goated at this. You know, he does this. It might have to do with the law degree, bro. Could also be PR, bro. He's a YouTuber.
A notorious con artist. I grew up in a life of crime, pretty much. So that's all I pretty much knew from a small kid. You know, I'd see him conning people and scamming people, and then I just kind of picked up.
Did we get a fact check that that's what he looked like as a kid?
We'd hang out outside of sporting events. NFL games were a good one. Catch drunk people. Just look for people not paying attention, not aware of their surroundings.
And did this escalate over time?
Yeah, it's got some free money. Now it's like, all right, it's pretty easy. Let me get this person, this person, this person. And it's almost like an addiction.
And what made you want to turn your life around?
My daughter. Full custody of my daughter when she was 2 months old. So at that point, you know, I couldn't allow myself to be taken away from her. Cut everything out, cold turkey. Started from scratch.
What were the 2 techniques that we just saw you demonstrate?
Well, the 2 main techniques with pickpocketing is the brush up.
Has he ever been to jail then?
You
or
know, when you bump into an unsuspected person, and it's almost like a sleight of hand, you bump and grab at the same exact time. And then there's also the distraction where you can have someone distracting for you, or you can use something that's already happening as a distraction.
And that's when you were asking someone for directions, you were distracting them.
Exactly. You got to think on your feet.
Well, what are some tips for people to prevent getting pickpocketed?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. That just could never happen to me, though. That just could never happen to me. I could never... no, it actually could, though. Because, see, the thing is, bro, like my AirPods, for example, them things are small. These are small AirPods, bro. So, like, if I put them in my pocket, I need to feel them again to know that they're there. And then I won't pay attention to the fact that they're there for the next maybe half an hour until I want to feel them again. So, bro, he'd cook me. I ain't gonna lie, he'd cook me. But, like, if I'm wearing normal pants, like, if this man sees me in jeans, bro, if this man sees me in jeans, he's cooked. If this man sees me in my shorts with the zippers up, he's cooked.
And is just pay attention to your surroundings. Always kind of be aware of what's going on. A thing I do personally, when I'm walking, I'm constantly touching my wallet. You know, 'cause I'm paranoid of someone doing it to me.
I got a bag. I got a bag, and all my stuff is in the front.
Made his living breaking into houses, choosing his victims, walking through their front doors, and taking whatever he wanted.
Mind you, we have just been given a tutorial on how to do this.
Don't happen at night. They happen in broad daylight, while you're at work, while the kids are at school, and while the house looks empty. And for years,
he robs in the day. Okay.
Walking through
Mario.
That door. Mario, you started breaking into
Mario, I
homes
got your
as a
hat.
Teenager. What made someone's house an easy target?
Well, it's easier than people think. You see that house over there? Piled up newspaper, mailbox overflown, no car in the driveway for a couple of days. It's an open invitation.
So once you picked a house like this one, how'd you actually get inside?
He said a couple of days, so he scopes it out every now and then.
So what I wear is a construction vest. Come on.
How does this vest help you?
Well, it makes you look more, natural, Maybe you might be checking the gas, something. You can say hi to the neighbors, you see them. Okay, so you see these windows? I could easily open them with my hands, but you don't want to make it too obvious. So let's go around to the back, man. Usually they keep the doors open on the sides. Come on. All right. I like these old-style houses.
Come on, like he's teaching a class.
Everything's made out of wood. Remember, you don't want to leave any fingerprints. Come on. Okay, it's locked. Let's go check around the side. Usually people don't lock their side doors. All right, go ahead and try it. Wait. Remember, you gotta have the gloves on.
Oh, yeah.
I was just testing you, man. Oh, it's locked. But check this out, look what I got.
Is that credit card?
Yeah.
He almost just broke his own rule.
Wow.
He almost just broke his own rule.
Easy money. Come on.
Once inside, the goal is to figure out where a burglar might target first.
Actually, funny story. When these locks on my door were first installed, they were installed on my door, my sister's door, and my family's door. And what happened one day is, as a joke, I left the keys to unlock the door in my room, locked the door from the inside, and then closed my door, which obviously would have locked it in a way that nobody else could get inside. So I had to stay in my sister's room that night, wear my sister's clothes for like a day. Thank the Lord it was in the summer. And my dad literally had to use a card and like chip at the door in order to get it to open. Crazy.
Process could help you protect your home. What other things do you look for to get inside?
Usually houses like this have a basement. You could check that. If not, your last resort is to go through the upstairs window. And those ones are always open.
Wow. So where's the first place you'd head to?
Kitchen. Usually
he's real about the upstairs window one, by the way, because we always lock ours. My dad always makes sure we lock ours.
The key there. Come on. Usually people keep their key in a drawer here, and there it goes.
Now, why are you looking for a key?
Just in case I want to come back. They have a lot of nice stuff here, and I definitely want to be a continuing visitor.
In case I want to come back.
No, man, I don't do the robbing.
You know what I mean? They got good taste in a lot of stuff.
Look, you're gonna take their drinks?
Yeah, for later on. But look, we already been here a minute. Come on, let's go to the master bedroom.
All right. What's so special about the master bedroom?
Well, here's where all the good stuff is at. Passports, cash.
Nah, this where you steal all the listen to me. This is where you steal all the condoms, right? So when wife tries to, no, matter of fact, better plan. This is where you poke holes and all. This is where you poke.
You know, I don't really want to spend too much time here. I just want to grab anything I can and just be out. You know what I mean? In, out, that's it.
So if someone's
didn't take
watching
the candy?
this video and they want to keep burglars out, what's the best way to do that?
Well, first of all, I think you should get a small dog. The smaller, the better. They're so loud. Get some cameras.
What about the doors and windows?
I mean, get some bars if you have
cameras
to.
Is real.
Depends on your community, but I would say get some
bars is real.
You know, and honestly, get some prop money. 9 times out of 10, the robber won't even check that it's real.
So it's not about making the house impossible to break into. It's about making it more difficult than it's worth for the burglar.
Pretty much.
So when we entered the house, the first places we went were the kitchen and the master bedroom. Where do you suggest viewers hide their valuables if it's not in those places?
I would say in the bank, but if you really have to, somewhere in the restroom. They'll never check that.
And where in the bathroom?
Put it.
He just put all the burglars on game. Now they're all gonna check that.
In the bag, in the Ziploc bag, really tight.
You're talking about the part that you lift off of the toilet where all the water is? Ah, okay.
Oh, wow. That's smart.
But now we're meeting someone who went even further. He stole from an international bank using an everyday laptop.
Okay. Now we're getting to like some actual devious men, bro.
So
is that Sonic on his backpack?
Jobs you've pulled off.
People hire me to take the role of the criminal and to do an actual robbery. I was hired to rob a bank in Lebanon, and the problem was,
he ain't no real criminal, bro.
There's 2 different banks so close together. I didn't pay attention to the signage, so I just walked up the stairs. I compromised one machine, then I compromised another machine, and then a person finally did the right thing. He said, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm doing a USB audit," which is just nonsense. But he's like, "Well, you need to talk to my supervisor," which was also the correct thing. So I go into the supervisor's office. She reads the forged email that I have to show that I have authorization to be here, just to test them to see if they'll still let me do my thing. And she reads it, and then she looks at me and she says, "Okay, I see this, but this is for the bank next door. What are you doing here? And what did you do to our computers?"
When you hacked into the bank, what were you able to see?
That's the thing. It's like once the system's compromised, it's like I'm literally just like the user who's logged onto the system. I can see anything that's on that system, anything that's on that network. I can look through clients' records. I can see their debt. I can see their transaction history.
You can see how much debt people had? I've actually been getting a lot of messages from my viewers about
No, this better not be a sponsor. No.
PDS debt is
No!
Did they just let you go?
Oh no, it took me over 4 hours. And as soon as they found out that I was not supposed to be there, I mean, within minutes, I'm in the general manager's office, sitting at his desk while there's 7 people speaking Arabic very angrily around me. It took 4 hours not to end up in Lebanese prison.
Interesting. Hearing what happened really reminds me of how much PDS debt hurts its customers. They don't throw you into some program.
Stop! Bro, he's being too smart with this sponsorship, bro. He's putting the sponsorship in between this one section of the video. I'm skipping all of it because they didn't sponsor me. PDS, sponsor me, and I'll release the footage.
You see in the movies, it's like they try to make it all complicated and look like it's all this code floating around. No, it's just a matter of certain kind of devices that can take over a network. And I have several of them with me right now.
This is not Jason's laptop. It hasn't been tampered with. Jason, show us what you can do to it.
I've got quite a selection, it's like of what I can do with it. Everything I'm pulling out is a hacking device.
Really?
No matter what it looks like, it will not equal good times for your network.
Okay.
Well, I'm not done yet.
You use all this to rob a bank?
I like to have options. It's like, but yes, every single thing of these can be used to rob a bank.
Glasses?
I'll go up to a receptionist or an assistant to a CEO. These are my normal looking hearing aids. They're actually my real hearing aids. I'll be in a suit looking all professional and I'll go like, "Can I charge the hearing aids on your computer because the power on the wall is too powerful?" What monster's not going to let me charge my hearing aids? I plug it in and then it's game over. You're compromised.
All right, so all I do is just plug this in and we'll attack my computer?
Just plug it in.
Wow. All right, let's see
Mike,
what happens.
there's no way you're using your actual computer, bro.
No one's touching the keyboard, nothing up our sleeve.
What the hell?
Just open.
Wait, hold on. He has Poppy Plate. Yo, Mike knows ball. Mike knows ball. Mike knows ball, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was Doki Doki Literature Club from far away. I thought that was DDLC.
Just open something. Oh man, it's like typing all this stuff on here. If I let you charge those hearing aids, you can take the data from my computer?
I can take all the data from your computer. I can take your identity. I will have all your stored passwords. I have all your surfing history. And while you're still on the machine, I can still control it without you even realizing. I can find the information just on your social medias to like be able to call the bank, give them the password reset questions that you probably have, change my voice, change the story, and make them actually reset passwords. I have done that over the phone.
So basically, you can ruin someone's life because they decided to plug in a single charging cord.
I can ruin someone's life. I can destroy a company based off of these kind of attacks.
So what can people do to protect themselves from this?
Number one thing is don't plug into things into your computer that you're not aware of, that you didn't buy, you don't know. And another thing that you can do is like multi-factor is amazing. It's like password managers are amazing.
Yeah.
The attackers are also now
I'm on that, bro. I have passkeys up the wazoo, like
by spamming multi-factor authentications until someone gets tired and says accept when they shouldn't. So it's all about the person being aware and just not being in a hurry and just doing it without thinking.
Yeah.
Slow down.
I agree with that.
Think about it.
Yes.
All right, Jason.
Matter of fact, let me update my authenticator right now, bro. Hold on.
Thank you so much for breaking this all down and bringing all this equipment.
Thank you for having me. I really love the opportunity to educate people almost as much as I love robbing people.
Hey,
So
get me in there. Bro, he never gave his name. He never gave his name. Damn it, bro. I wanted to get a collab in.
All right, Jason. Thank you so much for breaking this all down and bringing all this equipment.
Thank you for having me.
Jason,
I really
what's
love
his
the
last name,
opportunity
bro?
to educate people almost as much
Jason,
as I
comment
love
on this
robbing
video,
people. So
Jason.
Thank you.
We've seen how criminals steal from your computer. Now we're going to see how they steal from your bank accounts.
Meet Zane, a guy who made his living.
He was black. The CIA. They strike again. I hope he wasn't convicted. I hope he was just like the other guy who was paid to do it.
Cards and quietly swiping financial info from thousands of people without ever getting caught. Since he's managed to stay under the radar, he's asked us to blur his face to keep him anonymous. But today he's here to show us exactly how
wait, what does he do?
Financial info from thousands of people without ever getting caught. Since he's managed to stay under the radar, he's asked us to blur his face to keep him anonymous.
He is convicted.
But today he's here to show us exactly how it all goes down, and more importantly, how you can protect yourself.
If you ever been to a gas station or ATM, one of these has probably been sitting on top. Okay, well, we could go inside and I'll show you how it works. I normally target low-income gas stations whose clerks aren't really aware of what's going on.
What time of day do you normally do this?
In the daytime, around 5 or 6, that's when most people get off work. That's when the clerks are more busy.
How do you get it on without the clerk noticing?
All right, so I usually have my friend just come in here and distract the clerk. So
he's listening. Oh wait, is that the friend? If that's not the friend, then what the hell was that?
I'll tell him, go in there and go get a pack of batteries or something. Take it to the batteries, and then it will just clip right on, and then I'll just walk right out.
How long does it take to put that on?
Literally 1 second.
And you get their PIN, you get everything?
Everything.
Wow.
So once the skimmer is on, I can get information on credit cards, on visas, on anything you name. It will come right to my phone. It's Bluetooth.
And you get this anywhere in the world?
Yes, no matter where I'm at.
What's the longest you had one of these on collecting
So he's still making bands from
My
this?
longest is 8 months.
What's the biggest thing you ever bought with stolen cards?
The craziest thing probably was Disney. I did that for my son's birthday. I bought his flight, his hotel, and everything we did in the park was basically free.
Did you ever think about the people whose money you're spending?
Sometimes I feel bad, but I mean, it's a part of the game. So it's like,
Hold up.
Sometimes
I saw his eye.
There's no way out of this one. You're done.
Track him. I caught him. We got him. Send him away. Send him to impel down.
Do I care? I do. But it happens to everybody. It happened to me.
Wait, you got scammed? You didn't check to see if there was a skimmer on there?
My food stamp card got scammed for $300.
On a similar thing? A machine just like that?
A similar thing.
So why don't you do it anymore?
I don't do it anymore because I have a kid now. I want to elevate my kid to be a better person than I was.
That's a great reason. Now that you're on the other side of it, what should people do to avoid falling for this scam?
I would say mostly try to use cash. Your card information literally can get anywhere, even at ATMs, gas stations, corner stores, Walmarts, anywhere.
Are there any tips
Wait. Why don't we just use the wallet app, bro? I can't remember the last time I actually typed the numbers down, bro. I just use the wallet app on my phone. What's the what? You're gonna take my face if I do the wallet? That's a genuine question. Are you gonna take my face if I use the wallet app? Like, what?
Find out if a skimmer is on the machine.
You could feel around it to see if there's anything clipped on it. And there's another way is if you put your card in and then if you wiggle it, the top of it would wiggle with it because it's a little bigger.
When you scan your phone on it, does that work?
Not really.
It has to actually be inserted.
Inserted, yeah.
So that's another big tip for people. Do the tap cards if you have one.
What about W? Yeah.
Debit?
I would say use credit more because debit, your money is going to be automatically gone. Credit, it got strong security on it.
Zane, I appreciate you sharing this info. It's not easy admitting to the damage we caused.
Zane, and we got his face.
Save someone from becoming the next victim.
We've seen how criminals take from our wallets, our homes, our computers, and even our accounts. But this next man, he was on the FBI's most wanted list.
Oh yeah, 5'6". I got that height on him. I height mog him, y'all. I height mog. It says sex white. So it's man, woman, and white now. That explains a lot. That explains a lot.
Hey, Matthew. All right. Let's get straight to it. How does someone steal a house on paper?
It's actually very easy. You can find out anything you want if you have someone's address.
He's like so eager. He's like, oh my God, let me tell you how it's so easy to steal this house.
How does someone steal a house on paper?
It's actually very easy. You can find out anything you want if you have someone's address and you go to public records. It's available to everybody. I can find out your name, when you bought the house, how much you bought the house for. If you have a mortgage on the house, I can find out your interest rate and your payment, all based on going to public records and looking that information up.
What?
Step 2, I would create a survey and I would go out and I would survey homeless people. I would ask for their name, date of birth, social security number, enough information for me to then order.
They're homeless.
Their birth
There's a reason they're
social
saying
security card.
It's like, bro, like if you're homeless and like someone has their SSN, it's like, well, what are you gonna do with it? Steal my money? What money? I'm homeless. But still, I'm like, why would anyone give that?
Fake identity or synthetic identity, anybody I want. And what I can do is I can create a title to that house in that person's name. I then record it. It takes the name of the person that owns the house and it puts it in the new person's name. I can satisfy any mortgages by creating additional fake documents. So now I own the house. Step 3, I could put that house on the market. I could sell that house. I could refinance that house. It's not nearly as difficult as it should be.
What type of tools would you use to pull off this scam?
Let me show you. So we got driver's licenses.
You see, I called it.
You need passports. Also, you would need credit cards. The other thing is I would have burner phones so that if the bank needed to verify employment or that they had money in the bank or anything along those lines, I could grab the phone and it would have a little information sheet and I would know this phone goes to the bank. I would pick it up and act like I was from their employer.
All right, so how did you get caught?
Dateline NBC News was coming out with a special on me and I knew that was about to happen. So I decided to go to Australia. And what happened was I was having people that I knew cash checks for me so that I could get a couple $1 million as quickly as possible in cash. My girlfriend at the time confided in one of her girlfriends and that girlfriend called the Secret Service and for a $10,000 reward, she turned me in. They watched my house for 3 days and one day I showed up and they jumped out of the cars and get on the ground, get on the ground.
Do you regret pulling these scams?
I would say,
hell no!
I don't have
I got so much money, like hell no!
That I should have just because I have antisocial disorder, just like most criminals do. I don't have an overwhelming amount of guilt in that aspect. What I have guilt for is I lost the opportunity to have a relationship with my son. I was not there for my parents in their elder years.
But now you're on the other side of it, and you say that people still fall for this scam all the time.
How do you scam a house? How do you do that? How do you scam millions of dollars out of people and you get to walk out free afterwards?
Yeah, absolutely. It's easier to do now than it was 10, 20 years ago. The only way to really stop this scam is to monitor your title. Most public records out there allow you to sign up for a system where they will notify you of any changes to your title.
So if someone's watching this or their family owns property, what are some of the steps they can do to protect themselves?
Probably the best course of action is to go to a monitoring service that will monitor the title of your home for you, and a lot of those services actually act as an advocate and will help correct any damage that's been done by a fraudster.
Matthew, I appreciate you coming by and sharing your insight. Hopefully this protects someone from becoming a victim. If you want to see more videos like this, click the video here, and thank you so much for watching.
He points it at the wrong spot. He points it at... Anyone else notice that? Well, guys, at the very least, we all learned a little bit on how to avoid these criminals. And if you want to be one, seriously, just go play Schedule 1, you nerd. Peace.